Hey everyone, it's the Mad Catter here, and yes, I'm not quite as excited as I have been in my other videos because this is a video I never thought I'd have to make. Before we start, I have put a trigger warning in for sexual harassment, so if that's something you're affected by or can't listen to, please feel free to click away. But I have to discuss this, so yeah, I hope you've gone away by now if you can't watch. If you've stayed, then thank you. First, if I look away, it is because I had to script some of this just to avoid legal issues and get everything into context. I'm making this video for several reasons. To highlight a problem in the TCG community and also to tell my story. I'm sick of hiding. I will not name names or places. If anyone does know these things, as I know some do, please do not mention them in the comments. Without further ado, I guess, here's what happened to me. Earlier this year, I was contacted by someone who I've met a few times at one of the gaming stores I go to. I go to quite a few gaming stores, so I travel around the couple of counties I'm in, my uni and here, my home. And yeah, so there was one I went semi-frequently, you know, every once or twice a set, but yeah, because of just logistics. And yeah, I met this guy there. He seemed okay. He didn't really talk much, but that was fine. People were nervous. It's okay. And there's many people with different, like, I'm neurodivergent, so I completely get it. I'm autistic. Afterwards, he messaged me on Facebook, complimented me on what I was playing and how well I played, which I found a little bit awkward because I still don't think I'm that good of a player, but that's by the by. He sent deck lists of what he was playing and he wanted my advice, even though I didn't really play those colours, but I tried to help the best I could based on the little experience I had. And yeah, I didn't think a lot of it. I did say that I didn't know a lot about these things and that I was a bit busy, because I am very busy. I still am now. I have hospital things, I have uni, I have all this content creation stuff. And so he was very well aware of that, or at least I thought he was. Soon he started just messaging me outside of those topics. He asked how I was, what I was doing, then what tournaments and events I was going to. Now, I should say I live miles away from him, in another county, in fact. It's a good couple of hours to get to his area. When I said what I had planned, I mean, it's no secret I travel around to go to the tournaments. He started offering to pick me up and take me. It felt weird because he's at least 2 hours away from me, so he would need, like, what, 4 hours just going one way, like 4 hours if he wants to drop me back, hopefully. And yeah, so I'd put him off. I'd even seek out friends I could go with instead. To those friends watching this, I'm very grateful and I appreciate it, because I didn't tell you why at the time. Although I did still need the lift, to be honest, so I like avoiding public transport in this country. It's not great. I shouldn't have engaged, I know, but this was really slow in escalating and it felt rude of me not to. I'd ignore him for a few days, especially with being busy, but always get back eventually, because just do. I mean, I was going to see him at his local store anyway, so it would have been weird if I didn't. As we talked more, as well as offering to pick me up, he started saying about buying me things, like a booster box of cards. How that came about, I don't know, but he asked about meeting up and almost offered that if I said yes. Obviously, I said no. I guess I thought he was joking. I will say this took me a very long time to realise what was going on and how this was escalating. I know I just said it was slow and escalating, but maybe it took me longer than usual because I'm autistic. I don't know. I don't want to keep blaming things on my autism, but I'm not used to this sort of stuff. So he suggested running away together. I told him, should he really be saying this, as I knew he had a wife? And he told me his wife didn't, and I'm sorry to say it like this, but didn't please him or understand his needs, and he hasn't been able to be with her for a while. I'm not going to say too much on that, but I didn't really know how to reply to that, and honestly, looking back, I should have just stopped right then. But it's too late now. I just said he should talk to her about it. After this, he kept messaging me, and these were at like at least 5 to 10 times a day. I mean, I just full of notifications on my phone on Facebook. It was mad. He asked for selfies and suggested anything I said was flirting with him, and yeah, he kept asking me to flirt with him. It got so much that I was really getting panicky about seeing him in person at the store I know he goes to. Yet there was a tournament coming up and one of my friends were going too. At that point, only one other friend, who doesn't play, and seen the messages and suggested I report him. I was in two minds. What did text messages prove? I mean, but then at the end of the day of playing at one of my stores with my friends, I mentioned it to two people and sort of broke down, which you'd thank you two for being there for me. I said I didn't want to go to that store and why, and they were brilliant and so supportive. So I finally blocked him that evening on Facebook. Now, Facebook doesn't tell you when you block someone, and so you can just no longer message them when you try to. I know he must have been checking, because as soon as I blocked him, he found me on Discord. I didn't even know he had a Discord. We'd never talked through that before. I'd never seen him post anything in our, what I presume would be mutual groups. So that shocked me. He messaged 3 times in a row, trying to apologise, but saying he didn't know what he did. So it was sort of a backwards apology. I, of course, blocked him there too. But that's when I decided I need to do something. I double-checked that the messages were worth reporting to the police with a friend who manages the other store I go to a lot, and they agreed that I should. They also instantly knew who he was without me revealing the name, which was even more concerning. I reported it to the police. So, yeah, they were great, but because it was just text and I hadn't explicitly said no, they couldn't do anything. They just visited him and warned him off, saying we should keep away from each other and to report if he breached that. It was frustrating, but I figured at least better than nothing, and the report was open in case anything else happened, or I hope not, it happened to someone else. Now we're finally getting to the part that made me speak up now. He may have stopped messaging, but I had blocked him on 2 of the platforms, so what was he going to do? He could find me on another one, I guess, but there's only so many times you can try, and I would just have the evidence for the police. So he contacted my main local store and complained, as well as checking if I was going to be there for one of their events. He didn't turn up to that one, but he did turn up out of the blue to another one. Now, I need to put some perspective on this. I go to that store regularly. I always go to this tournament that they're about to hold. There is no way he didn't know that. I even mentioned it to a few friends afterwards who agreed that he knew I'd be there. I'd even bought my ticket for it the second it was announced. I never miss it. He also very rarely goes to that store, full stop. I've seen him maybe once or twice there since I started going over a year ago. So I turned up, and after I got settled, so did he. This caused a panic attack. I mean, I felt physically ill, like I was going to be sick. I didn't know what to do. He even came up to me and said about making me feel uncomfortable, which just broke what the police said about approaching me. So then I decided I just couldn't stay. I made quite the scene with the shop. So did a friend of mine who turned up to support me because she asked how I was and I said I was panicking. I'd already been a little bit nervous that day, but I didn't deep down expect him to go. Thankfully, they decided he had to leave, but just for that event. I reported it to the police again, as he'd ignored what they said, but proving he knew I was going to be there is difficult, despite several others and I knowing he knew. The police are going to talk to the store and suggest he's banned, but the store is reluctant, to say the least. The scary part is he could do this to someone else. There are no consequences. I mean, I'm not asking him to be banned every store. That would be impossible. But I want to be safe at my local store, especially as the last incident happened there. But sadly, they won't. I don't know. They've seen evidence as well. My friends are there, and I want to see them. So where does that leave me? Looking over my shoulder, wondering where else he'll appear? Feeling like I can't go to that store anymore, despite my friends. They're suggesting we could find somewhere to play, like a cafe or something, but I don't think that's going to be feasible in the long run. I feel let down, frustrated, and just wondering what the point of all this was. So this is to store owners. Please listen to your players. If there's a regular that goes and they confide in you about this, it was so hard for me to talk to someone about this. I went to one of the people at the store and talked to them about this, and everyone knows now as well after the scene that was made, and it was insane and just so difficult to talk about, and yet they won't do anything. The police have even told him to stay away, and it doesn't make a difference. They seemed sympathetic initially, it just wasn't enough, and even more so with the person having history. I mean, yet I feel like stores just don't listen to their players. Not all stores, I'm going to clarify, not all stores, just some. And being at the Women Plus tournament last Saturday, just really made me learn that as well, because this wasn't just me. This was so many others I spoke to. They'd had similar issues with either stalking or harassment or bullying or... But stores just... I don't think we matter. I honestly don't think we matter. Do they not believe us? I don't know. When you've shown evidence, that should be enough. When you're a regular, I don't know. So for other players, especially women, I'd still say speak up. I know my experience hasn't been great, but the fact so many people know now, I've got so many people in my community supporting me, even if the store doesn't want to. I'm so grateful for the people I've had and the friends I made. I feel like they will be there for me no matter what. And I appreciate them so much. I say I appreciate them a lot, and I don't think it really means anything at this point because I've said it so often, but I do. But speak up if you feel comfortable. Despite what happened to me, I've taken great comfort in that support. I was afraid of not being believed, but they've been brilliant. You know who you are, and I love you for it. I really do. So this was a short video. I don't really know how to end this. It's weird. This is going to upload in the midst of all the happiness of the Women Plus tournament and everything else, and I've got a serious video to upload. I'm really hoping I haven't broken any rules by saying this, but something needed to be said. I feel like this is the only way people are going to take me seriously. And yeah, it might not seem like much, and it's not much compared to what other people have been through, but it was escalating and I don't feel safe, which shouldn't happen to anyone. People should be able to feel safe. Well, that's it for me. If anything happens, I'll post an update, but just know you're not alone. You really aren't. I thought about quitting at one point, and I don't want to. I don't want him to win. So I've been the Mad Catter, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.